Welcome to this deep relaxation practice. My name is Laure and I'm delighted to be your guide as you take this time to care for yourself. In today's class, I'd like to guide you through different meditations. This may be a slightly different format than the yoga nidrā practice that you may have come to know in those deep relaxation classes. However, this practice will still lead you to feel a deep sense of relaxation in your body and in your mind. I will talk more about tonight's class, but for now you can settle in as you usually would for this practice. We won't be doing any movement, so find a comfortable position where you can stay for the next 40 minutes or so. And you can choose to practice seated if you'd like, that's always an option. I would like to suggest in this case making sure that you are safely held in an armchair or a sofa in case you drift off to sleep during the class. Or you can choose to lay down if you're comfortable with it. In which case, I'd like to suggest placing a pillow under your head so that it won't get sore and that your spine can follow its natural curvature without any straining in your neck. Maybe place another pillow under your knees so that they don't lock and interfere with your practice. And whichever position feels right to you, whichever position you choose to practice in, I always like to suggest throwing a light blanket over you. As the body enters deep relaxation, the temperature tends to drop, so it can be useful to have a blanket over your body. But this is truly time that you're taking for yourself, so do as feels right to you. And this applies to everything I will say in this class. My guidance is a suggestion that you're just as welcome to follow as you're welcome to leave it aside if it doesn't resonate with you. If you want to take a break, give yourself permission to do so and join back whenever you feel ready. And so as you get set up and take your time, there's no rush, I will say a few more words about today's class. So in this practice, I'd like to explore the concept of inner sanctuary. An inner sanctuary is a refuge within yourself, and it can take different meanings from one person to the next, or even for the same person from one day to the next. But the common idea is that it makes you feel safe, protected, makes you feel free to let your guard down, to be vulnerable, and to be true to yourself. It drives a sense of ease, of soothing comfort and inner peace. It is as if whatever you need, you'll find it there. It is a sense of wholeness, as if you had come home within yourself. So as we begin our practice, I will now guide you through a first meditation to help you discover what your sanctuary may be, whether it is just for today's practice or whether it will be your companion for a longer period of time. And it can be many different things: physical items, people, places, whether imaginary or real, or more intangible things such as feelings, a piece of knowledge, a sensation. And if you already have an idea of what it is, you can start with that. Or you can simply let yourself be carried by this meditation and stay open to what comes up in your mind. So for now, if it's okay with you, let's start with your eyes open. Keep a soft gaze in front of you. Without moving your eyes, let your vision broaden to the entirety of the room that you're in. See your surroundings without actually actively watching them. Keep your eyes unfocused. Try not to attach to any specific spot. Let your field of vision become broad, vast, like a panorama where you can see just as much on your peripheral frame as you can see in front of you. If your vision becomes blurry, that's normal. Don't try to change it or resist it. And if you need to blink, do so. With your eyes still open, let's take a few cleansing breaths. Inhale fully through your nose. Feel your ribcage expand in all directions. Exhale long and slow through your mouth. Inhale, feel the fresh air coming into your lungs. Exhale, let the warm air slowly come out of your mouth. Take 2 or 3 more breaths like this, at your own pace. And then let your breath go back to its natural rhythm. You can now close your eyes. I'll be watching the space and the time for you until the end of this class. And start to become aware of being here, now, laying on your yoga mat, your sofa, your bed, wherever you're practicing. Get a sense of your body in contact with your support. Take a moment to feel increasingly grounded. Center on the sensation of your breath. Feel the air coming in and out of your nostrils naturally, without any effort. Feel your breath coming in and out of your lungs and your body. Anchor yourself in this sensation of your breath. Your mind is alert and present. Let sounds, sensations, thoughts and feelings pass through your awareness without holding on to them, without fighting them. Know what it's like to be, and be in this moment with your experiences, anchored in the sensation of your breath. As you become aware of those experiences, shift into releasing. Let any tension in your body soften. Let your muscles melt. Your body sink a little deeper in your support. As you recognize thoughts and feelings, disengage from them, letting go, freeing your mind from holding or resisting. Breath after breath, let go of any unhelpful way. As your mind becomes free and unattached, let this spaciousness guide you to what could be useful, what could be wise, or what could be enjoyable. Take it in as you inhale, receiving into yourself whatever feels right, whatever feels good in this moment. Open to the clarity of your own intuition, the voice of your own inner wisdom. Open to this sense of reassurance, comfort, protection, or self-compassion. Stay with the soothing feeling of benevolence that arises. Gently let your mind start to draw a picture in your head. Get a sense of your sanctuary. Explore the sense of reality and the physical world as a sanctuary. Maybe it is a place you are fond of, a sweet memory, a friend or a pet whose face brings a smile to you. A warm cup of tea, your favorite sweater, a good book, any object that you dearly relate to. May it be real or imaginary. explore the sense of life and experiences as sanctuary, the ongoing livingness of your body, the continuity of your breath, the steadiness of your beating heart, the familiar comfort of thoughts passing through your mind, the sense of being supported by the earth beneath you, solid, constant, reliable, always there to hold you and welcome you. Or the sense of being part of a whole, of this universe. Explore the sense of intangibility and teachings as a sanctuary, the knowledge in science, the wisdom in different traditions, perhaps one that is particularly close to you, spiritual forces, religious beliefs, or coming to rest in the way reality simply is. Explore emotions as sanctuaries, the sense of being alright in this moment, and this one, and now. Strength and determination as sanctuaries. Feeling safe and protected. Feeling loved and cared for as a sanctuary. As your mind explores those possibilities, let your body relax. Let your heart soften and open. Let your mind guide you to what resonates most with you. Let your mind show you your sanctuary now. Let it take you there. as you enter the comfort of your inner sanctuary, bring to mind your intention for this practice. If you are already working with a sankalpa or a specific intention, repeat it 3 times in your head now. And if you don't already have one, you can think about your motivation for practicing today. What is of service to you today? What could make this practice more meaningful, useful? It can be along the lines of, I give myself permission to be open to what arises. I let go of my day and am present in this moment. Or I am practicing so that I can be present for my loved ones. Whatever your intention is, repeat it 3 times in your head now. As your intention sinks within you, be fully present in your sanctuary. Feel fully immersed in it, at home in your refuge. Visualize your sanctuary in your head as it came to you during the meditation. Take your time to experience your inner sanctuary. See as many details as you can. Colors, lights, smells and fragrances, sounds, musics, sense of temperature, maybe a flavor related to it. Recall any sensory element that relates to your sanctuary and intensify this experience. Know what it's like to be with this experience. What is rewarding? What is pleasant? What is personally meaningful about it? Maybe it can help to think, this is my place, my refuge. It's okay for me to be here. I belong here. I can be myself here. Become aware of emotions related to your inner sanctuary. Catch yourself feeling them as they arise. Perhaps you can even name them softly to yourself in your own words. And keep in mind the image of your sanctuary while giving yourself permission to feel those emotions related to it. Let them flow. Let them be. Experience those emotions for what they are as your mind pictures your refuge. Let them sink in. Allow them to pass through you. Stay connected to these emotions and notice how you experience them in your body. Be aware of sensations in your body. Perhaps you feel a sense of release in your muscles. Your breath is smooth and easy. Your mind is quiet. Maybe you feel a slight vibration in your body, or a sense of comfortable warmth or freshness. Observe the various sensations that live through your body as a result of being in your inner sanctuary. Remain connected to the emotions, the sensations in your body, and as much as you're comfortable with it, gently let go of the mental image of your refuge. As you sense the emotions in your body, let go of the visual image of your sanctuary. If it helps, you can name the emotions in your head and link them to the feelings and sensations in your body. If the sensations fade away, gently bring back the image of your sanctuary. Recall the emotions. Name them in your head. And again, softly tune down the imagery of your refuge. As many times as you need. Feel free to bring back the image in your mind. Feel the emotions in your body. Name them. Link them to the sensations in your body. Joy, comfort, happiness, confidence, safety, whichever they may be for you. And let the mental image of your sanctuary gently fade. As we reach the end of this meditation, stay with those emotions and sensations for 10 seconds longer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let go of it all. Release your mind from any awareness of sensations, emotions, feelings, or idea of sanctuary. Let your mind settle back down and be free. Allow it to do what it wants to do for the next minute. Let it think. Let it feel. And if it wants to be still, let it be still. And then bring back to your mind your sankalpa or your intention, the same that you've used at the beginning of the practice, and repeat it 3 times in your head now. As this practice comes to an end, start to reconnect with your surroundings. With your eyes still closed, deepen your breath. Let it be more active more intentional. Become familiar with the sensation of your breath coming in and out of your nostrils again. Hear the sounds around you, close to you in the space where you're practicing. Or further away in the distance, outside your windows. Feel the air on your skin. Get a sense of the temperature of the room where you're in. Become aware of your body laying on your support. Grounded, present, here and now. As you are laying on your support in the room where you are practicing. And slowly start initiating some tiny movements in your body. Your hands, your feet. You can sway your head side to side. Very gently, without rushing, without any sense of urgency. Gradually making bigger movements with your arms, your legs. You can even bring your knees into your chest and gently roll side to side. Get a little massage of your lower back. Or do some full body stretches if it feels right to you. And once you're fully present, fully aware, you can roll onto your preferred side. Or you can stay on your back with your knees in your chest. And take another moment. Enjoy the last few moments of this practice and rest in the comfort that the relaxation will remain with you even after the practice ends. And when you're ready, if you aren't yet seated, make your way gently back to a comfortable seated position. Let your spine follow its natural, comfortable curvature. And rub your hands together to create some heat. And when you feel the heat between the palms of your hand, you can cup them over your eyes. Feel the warmth transferring onto the skin of your face. Gently open your eyes. Take some time to get accustomed to the light in the room where you are, before letting your hands drop by your sides. This practice is now complete. If you'd like to close class with me, you can place your hands in front of your heart. May your inner sanctuary always bring you calm and comfort. Namaste.